Hello, it's Alex and welcome to Hey Little Thrifter. Today I'm going to be doing a tag video. This is the cocktail book tag. I was tagged by Vicky over at chapter 32 and the original tag was created by The Wandering Reader. I will link both of their videos down below. So we have a list of cocktail related questions. First up is Sex on the Beach, a steamy read. And I don't really read steamy books. I guess it's just not something I gravitate towards. The book I'm reading at the moment, Prey by Graham Masterton, does have a few sex scenes in there, although I'm not sure I would necessarily call them steamy. They're just sex scenes. But yeah, anyway, this was really the only answer I could come up with for this. Question 2 is Bloody Mary, a book with a killer twist. And I'm going to go with Fight Club by Chuck Palahniuk. This is probably up there in my favourite, or at least most influential books. And it's about a man who becomes really disillusioned with his job and life in general, and he becomes part of an underground fight club. And things go from there, and if you're not already familiar with the story or the twist, then I definitely won't spoil it for you, but it's a great one. Number 3, Pina Colada, a book with a tropical or exotic setting. I'm going to go with The Ruins by Scott Smith. I read this one recently. It's a really great horror novel, and it's set in Mexico, where a group of friends go on the trail to look at some ruins, and things go horribly wrong. Number 4, Cosmopolitan, a book with a sophisticated character. And the first thing that popped into my head for this was Dracula. He is wealthy, educated, I would say sophisticated, and yeah, he was just the one that immediately came to mind for this question. Number 5, Manhattan, a book that left a bad or bitter taste in your mouth. And I'm going to go with True Crime Addict by James Renner. This is a true crime novel, and it's about the author's investigation into a case where a student disappeared and was never found. And like the title suggests, it's not only about the case itself, but it's also about the author's obsession with the case. And unfortunately, that was the part of the story that I just didn't find interesting. I found it quite self-indulgent, and the author doesn't come across as particularly likeable either. Some of the things he says about women in particular really left a bad taste in my mouth. Number 6, Frozen Strawberry Daiquiri, a book to chill out to. And I guess I don't necessarily read to chill out per se, but if I was looking for something a bit lighter, then I might turn to one of my point horror books, or something in a similar vein like Christopher Pike, or something fun like the John Dies at the End series. So yeah, those are just a few examples, I guess, of maybe more fun, lighter reads that I enjoy. Number 7, Espresso Martini, a book you read late into the night. I'm going to say Rosemary's Baby by Ira Levin. This was such a brilliant and compelling read, and yeah, once it gets going, you just need to keep reading to find out what's happening. It's so good. Number 8, Cuba Libre, a favourite modern classic. I'm going to go with The Handmaid's Tale by Margaret Atwood. This is speculative fiction set in a dystopian future where a lot of things for women are restricted. They have certain roles within society, and some of them are specifically there to breed for others. And it's such an amazing book. I read this for the first time a few years ago and was completely blown away by it. Prior to that, I had only read Alias Grace by her, and that was also amazing. They were both 5-star reads for me. Number 9, suggest your own cocktail and make up an appropriate question. So my cocktail will be a dark and stormy, and my question is, what book would you like to curl up with indoors when it's dark and stormy outside? And I'm going to go with some Agatha Christie. This is the kind of thing that when I think of Agatha Christie books, I just think of curling up on a sofa with a cup of tea, and it's cold and rainy outside, and yeah, I'm indoors being all cozy. This is one that I have had on my shelf for quite a while but haven't actually read yet, and it has a brilliant cover and red pages, which is really cool, and yeah, I should try and get to this one later this year. And number 10, who do you tag? I'm going to tag Jordan over at thewritebook and Mel at bookishmel, so if either of you would like to do this, go for it, or if anyone else would like to do the tag, feel free, consider yourself tagged. I will leave the questions down below. Thank you ever so much for watching, I hope you enjoyed it, and hopefully I will see you again in my next video. Bye!